All right, guys, and here we go again. Lights up. It's time to get started. So today, wow, I got a surprise for you. Guess what we're gonna be doing? Some live facial rigging based on FACS. As a matter of fact, it's the 50th nine, 50. It's the. I've been here 59 times. I put it this way. I need to learn these numbers, man. Anyways, what we need to learn as well is how to get these fact shapes ready for the next step, which is incorporating them into our action stack, which is the rebuildable version of our facial rig. And right now we have the facial blend shapes in a pretty good spot. And thanks for stopping by. Let's keep going. You're going to be able to see what I'm doing with my hands here, which is, I don't know how interesting is that, but it might be good. Bob is here as usual, participating with us. How's it going, Bob? Thanks for stopping and spinning for us. Very great company. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to change it to. So if you are on YouTube eventually, maybe Twitch is a better quality version. But if you want to communicate, please leave a message here, and we're going to continue to speak. And yeah. There we go. So let's keep going. All right, everything is in place. I should remove my background here, and there we go. Bam, there it is. I could possibly increase my lighting a little bit here. Yep, a bit dramatic, but not too bad. Anyways, let's keep going here. So we have Bob here. That's the blend shape set as it is right now. Trying to find a good spot for this microphone here. And now you can see what I'm doing here on the bottom here. You can see it there. Hello. And yeah, that's good and bad, because now if I forget and I start picking my nose, it's gonna be bad for me. Anyways, what's happening here? Okay, so Maya is unfreezing. So that's where I stopped last time. I also had a bit of an issue here, and I need to fix that. So I'll just keep going. Let's see how much of how big of a session I'm going to be able to make today. Increase my music here. All right, Bob, let's do it, man. So I have to reintroduce the correctives here. Right, so yeah, there's a lot to be corrected here, but that's going to come next. Now I'm just correcting the actual shapes because I brought them. This is gonna look good once it's done. Okay. So I'm just gonna get this organized. Let's start to work clean now, because I made a mistake, a pretty So the video is set in YouTube, it's set to normal latency, and I figured out on the last time that normal latency unfortunately seems like the quality is not the best. That's why if you go to that's the thing, YouTube has a gigantic audience, although my audience itself it's far from gigantic, but the quality at Twitch is just impressive. So cheek puller group. Nice, let's see. Okay, so what we have here is like I'm cleaning up the shapes now. So we have the cheek pulls, the cheek puller here. We have both sides now. This is actually the buccinator, right? It's questionable whether in the middle it's as it should be. It's definitely pushing like a lot to the side. I could go a little further and get this a little bit better. I might go, because it feels like, I think the issue here is that it feels like it's pulling too much. Yeah, it's like it's very linear, and it's not like this part here could be entirely dragged back in. I think that would give us a better result, but also that's what we have right now. And then we have let's bring in the teeth, and we also have the other geometry that I'm going to turn off right now. Which one is that? Yeah. So this is the depressor, lower lip depressor, upper lip raiser, cheek puller, or lip corner puller, and then the cheek puller. Or this is the lip corner puller, and this is the cheek puller. So this could be a little lower. I'm making the adjustments now to get somewhere. This also needs to be slightly adjusted here. So we have something going on here. That's a part of the cleanup that we need to make. It's a shame because it's something that leaked. Blunt shapes are so fast, man, and it's understandable why there's such a big thing on the industry. Like I've done multiple different systems in the past, and it just feels like it's never, like it's always clanky, somewhat clanky. So yeah. Oh, and I need to start recording. I guess I'm gonna drop some music here because I mean I can speak, but honestly, there's mostly sculpting at this point, and yeah, if anybody ever has any questions, I mean, as I always say, it's good for me to keep working here and just being live because I feel like it just gives me so much concentration. So now we're recording and good to go. Let me change the song here because this is way too dramatic. Actually, I don't even know why this is here. It's actually it. It's awesome. Right, so the next shape. So I usually use the camera here to check out my face as well. Okay, so I'm gonna try now to fix a couple of issues here. So there's two guys here, they're working fine, but what is that? They go very high and they're not very natural here to some extent. Let's begin. So actually I'm going to get this together here. And this is the corner puller or the cheek puller. I'm gonna reduce the song here, sorry. So I'm gonna be speaking for a bit, so I'm gonna reduce the song. So cheek puller, group, V1. I'm going to duplicate this group here and work on a second set of possibilities here. So I can see also something that wasn't here before, this teeth showing up here. That's bananas. It's definitely not what I was expecting. That's one of the things that we're going to be adjusting as well. So first of all, it is pulling way too much up. So the way we're going to adjust this is the same way we've been working all along. We're going to add a cluster here, and then I'm going to get the cluster transformed there, or the pivot. And I'm going to hold D and V and just try to drag it, but I think it's too heavy, so sometimes Maya does that. The way to fix for me is hitting A and then F, and then now you should be able to get back into action. If you don't, it's because things are definitely screwed up. Okay, there we go. It's collaborating now. All right, so I'm gonna get the mesh here. I'm going to paint cluster, and I should have just one cluster. Now the cluster is probably not showing because I have set it not to show, and that's in display, and this is what we have. So I'm going to replace this with 0, and then we're gonna flood the mesh. And now we're gonna come back with 1 here, and I'm just gonna get the corner of this mouth here. And a little bit more actually, more something like this. And also let's see how it's looking inside. Let's see if I have a way to look at here. And then I'm also gonna do the same thing here. Now, we're going to smooth it out. Okay, so that should give us a hot spot on the corner of the mouth there. So we're back into the cluster then, and now we're just going to try to adjust this. So, why did it go crazy here? I don't know. Oh. Okay, got it. Now, the thing here is that it is pushing way too much up. For that, it's kind of conflicting with the current shape that we have, which is the lip corner puller. Now we need to make this transition a little better here because it's definitely screwed up. Yeah, we're gonna have to find the middle ground here. It's fine. It's just like for initially, it is a test, but that's much more likely or much more keen to what we actually need here. So you'll be able to see that, well, the corner puller is definitely way too much at this point here, but that's not what we actually going to work on. So we can zero out or key the cluster on this position, and then key it 10 frames or 20 frames before on transform 0, and then do the same thing to the blend shape, right? So which one is this? It's actually this one. So let's key this guy here. So this guy, we're gonna key it here, and then we're gonna key it here. So this is I'm just trying to do a non-destructive approach to this modifications, right? So you can see that we can see how the actual blend shape would behave even with the modification. Now with the cluster, now we can like evaluate how the blend shape, so we can kind of activate it partially and now try to mix it with the other shapes and see if we have what we're looking for. So the thing here is that we needed to be able to work together with the smile. So it needs to take a high input from so this cheek here is we already have a correction for it. It's just not implemented into this part here. For now, we're figuring this part out. And when it goes all the way back here, you can see that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for mostly something like this, but we need it to be lower. So we just need to evaluate how much lower we need it to be. It needs to look like a smile, of course. So it's actually like -28, but so it is crashing a bit here. That kind of it's hard to understand at this point, but let's keep going and I'll figure it out. So yeah, there you go. This is pushing, and I need something like this, and it's pushing more into the right direction. Right here, we have too much of the gum showing. And this is the version 1, right? So, or the version 2, the one that we just did. And we can also check how the version 1 was behaving. So this was the version 1. So you can see that like it's way too high, right? It's going way too high because both shapes are pushing the shape on the same direction. So that's not what we want. We want it to be more in this direction here. So if we then observe which shape is this, so this is the one that we're talking about right now. Now, and this is what we're looking after. Like this is, which is just so we have a muscle here that goes. Let's see if I have the. It's because I have the book here, but I cannot really use this. I mean, I can quickly glimpse it. Let's see if I can find it here. Can I search on a PDF? Yeah, no. I'll find it. Let's search with me. Yeah, I cannot share this. This is not nice. Yeah, but here we go. So just to show you, this is the buccinator, right? This is where it is, underneath the cheek and underneath the major muscles here. So the zygomaticus major, the risorius, the levator anguli oris, etc., etc. So you can see that it is pulling in the direction of the bone here, underneath the zygomaticus bone. And it cannot look like a smile. That's not the point of the, as far as I understand, the point is not to make it look like a smile. And right now it is kind of smilish. And the problem with that is that it's going to conflict with the entire. Oh no! I was talking this whole time with my face on the screen. Jesus, sorry. Hello, Han. How's it going, man? Welcome once again. So this is what I was talking about, guys. Sorry, I'm talking about the buccinator here, which is underneath the cheek. It is underneath all the major muscles here of the that are moving the mouth, but it is the strongest muscle, as we can see here. It is the one that has the most strength to pull the lip inwards. So yeah, how's it going, Han? Hope you're doing great, man. Thanks for stopping by. Here you go, my friend Han. He studied with me. Great guy. Oh, and we also. Oh no, that's all good. It's restream. Okay, let's keep pushing. And so let's try to get rid of this. Let's try to make this go away. So we're sculpting blend shapes here, and we are. You know that I've been through this process a lot, or for a long time already. This whole whole facial rigging thing now. It's been about 60 streams already, and man, what a journey! We're finally getting somewhere, but just the sculpting of the blend shapes themselves is just a lifetime of work. If you're not doing it like full time, of course. If you're working on something like this, like the whole day, you're probably gonna get a lot more done. But this is a project that I'm doing on the side, so I don't usually have like tons of hours on it. But on all the streams, I would assume that we spent almost the same, at least the same amount of number of streams. And that might, but I think it's more because we've been like 2 hours sometimes, 2 hours and a half. So it's about 100 hours or something already. And man, there's still a lot. I don't like the way it looks like he's smiling. I mean, it's awesome if that's what you're trying to achieve, but it's not what this shape should be doing. And it's mostly because of the corner here, so I think that we can get rid of it by Oh no, man! No, don't even give me that. So Hyun is saying that he is a newbie beginner. Come on, the guy has tons of experiences already, and I am a newbie, a beginner as well. I mean, no matter how much I try, it's still always ahead of me. There's always something new coming along. There's always a meta human to come and kick you in the face. Okay, so there we go. We're getting. I think that we're kind of getting somewhere here. I mean, for this shape, right? So the original, the one that we're coming from is. Oh no! Don't tell me I didn't. Oh man, haven't. What have I just done here? I think I didn't key, did I move the skin cluster and didn't key it? I did it, right? Oh no, that's correct. So what is it then? Oh, it's a cache thing. So sometimes the for some reason it caches whatever you're seeing, and then you gotta hit 3 and then hit 1 again, so it goes back in. So yeah, but now I can see that is not nice here. So it's a nudging process. Sculpting blend shapes, unfortunately, is not a straightforward process. It's pretty much the opposite. You gotta keep coming back and forth, looking at the mesh. And I can actually use my, so you guys can see that I was using my mouse there, but it's just the habit. Of course, the tablet is going to be a lot faster, and so you can use also like N to control. This is one thing that I was not using frequently, and I started to use. Makes a difference. It's to control the intensity of the brush. You can use N. I use B for the size and N for the strength, so that you can go from negative to positive and add or remove whatever you need. We're smoothing it out, and maybe, I mean, it's definitely more intense on the top lip than on the bottom lip, so that's something to be aware of. And another problem now that I'm seeing is that when I am putting too much strength on my hands here, the camera is also shaking. Damn. Okay, so let's see how that works with the other shapes. Yeah, so we can also see now like a few, like this artifacts here. This is because we are not smoothing the inner part. That's okay, we can do it right now. Oh no. Okay. So if it's not caching, it's caching the results here. We're gonna have to go through that process again. Hit 3 to smooth the mesh, and then when you get back, you should have like the mesh collapsed. See if it stops now. Yeah. So we do need to go back into that and start smoothing it out again. But we can have a good idea here of how's it going though, before we. So we're using something like this, and then, and also the smile here. Yeah, so I think that that's much more like it. I don't know, maybe because it's cleaner, right? It is pulling inwards and not, and then we leave the In this one, it is double transforming with the smile here. And we, as I said, we also already have a corrective for the stop part here. This is going to be the cheek razor, so that's why there's a gap here. And we have it on the other blend shape node, but I'm just using this node, this blend shape node. We have a ton of blend shape nodes here, but I'm just using this one now to correct a few of the things like this that are not very interesting at the moment. As a matter of fact, I mean, we could have a little more here. Let's see here what we can do. So now it's mostly a matter of like looking at it and trying to get the best possible transformation here. It's either too high or too low, so I'm just checking it out, which one it is. Let me see if I have a. Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to look right. So on the corner here, there's a slight curve here. So this is the muscle that we were sculpting, the buccinator. Remember, we were talking about this. Let me see if we can see it here. Buccinator, it's the blue one here. That's how it's called. Buccinator. I don't know. It's like, you know. I am a Latin language speaker, but I don't know exactly how to. But that being said, the buccinator, there's a curve here, but it's pretty flat, right? So you can feel it if you like. It's just like you're gonna feel just the cheek if you try to compress it. You're gonna just feel the cheek. So it's just like, it's hard to explain. But then the zygomaticus major is gonna give this curve here, right? So this is just the zygomaticus, and it's also doing the cheek razor here. So without the zygomaticus, which is the one that is here, we cannot do the cheek razor here, right? So if you try it, even if you try it hard, you're gonna see that you're just gonna start doing the cheek razor when you immediately when you get the cheek razor, you're gonna get the nasolabial fold here. So you know that you're activating the zygomaticus major. So yeah, this is the kind of thing that we were trying to get sorted out and making sure that everything is doing what it should be doing. The computer is just suffering. Me out here, fella. Okay. Okay, so let's drop down these other guys here and let's just check this guy. So you can see that this is overlapping, this is no bueno. All right, so I would like to try like just seeing what happens if I pull this inwards like this. Let's just see what happens, because the zygomaticus is pulling inwards, right? It's not pulling like outwards, if you see. Like, let's watch my face again, sorry about that. So it is pushing, it's pulling the muscle in behind the jaw, right? So we have the jaw here, the jawbone, and the buccinator is behind the jaw. So it is pulling inwards like this. You can see that the zygomaticus is not pulling inwards, it's pulling in the direction of the zygomaticus bone. So you see that it's pushing like to the side, and the buccinator is pulling into the interior of the mouth, or so let's put it like this. So theoretically it needs to be more here. So but also I just want to know like how the results are, like does it look good if it goes inwards? Again, if you're just arriving, this part here is another fix. It's something else that we are going to work on, or it's already solved actually. It's just on another blend shape node. So right now we're just trying to figure the smile here, and testing this this buccinator muscle. It's definitely crashing here, but it's fine. We're gonna so I'm just checking like aesthetically, is it better if we have it like this or inwards? So yeah, let's see, let's push this up also, because this is the one that, yeah, I feel like it's better, to be honest. And I don't know if I want to go inwards. I feel like it's just good enough, like to, I think just by pushing it down, it's already a big improvement, to be honest. Okay, so next thing then, we duplicate this. I mean, there's probably more improvements that I could do. Oh, there's also the crashing that I need to check. So because it is activating together with different things, let me just zero that muscle out and activate the smile entirely. So the smile is also crashing now. Why is that? Is it this guy? It might be. So let's try to see how much it is catching on the smile here, which is the corner puller, right? The smile is the corner puller, which is the zygomaticus bone. And this one, why is it double transforming there? Oh yeah. Yes, it's crashing a bit, but it's not what seems to be causing the issue. I think that the issue is on the depressor here. So this is the levator and the depressor. So the depressor may need to go forward a little bit. So that would require yet another cluster and just pushing it out a little bit. Also, let me check like the mesh itself. Yeah, I think it's not even a matter of like the whole shape to be forward. It's mostly a matter of the inner part of the lip to push out a little bit. That's not a hard fix. It's just actually just the exact same thing. So what we're going to do then is we could do it, or we could just sculpt it, to be honest. But the bad thing about sculpting the shapes, in my opinion, is that we end up... these two shapes are also not communicating very well, as you can see here. But also, this is a very extreme shape here, the buccinator there. I don't know if that's exactly what we're looking after, but let's see. Let's try to fix this first and figure it out later. Let's go with the cluster here. Also, let me name this cluster here. This is going to be I'm gonna call it by the name of the muscle, buccinator, and gotta be the left side for this in this case. Buccinator fix, pull down. Cluster, let's call it this, and then the other thing now, this is going to be... So let's pick this guy up here and bring the... try to bring the pivot here to the front. So now I'm gonna show it. So same thing, and just going to flood the mesh, and now I'm going to isolate it and just start grabbing this inner part here. Right. The mouth is annoying sometimes. All right, so not a big deal, just trying to see. I'm just trying to get now like a specific part here. All right, so let's smooth it out. Let's see what we got. So I don't know that we actually need this like center part here to be disconnected too much. It's mostly about the corners here, but we just pull it out a little bit, and now we come back into the sculpting of this, the painting of this cluster here. So what we're gonna do then is just like try to add like point something here, and I'll try to do it with the pen now, see if it helps anything. But I think that just by watching it now, I can see that it seems that the amount of pull that I'm doing, or the amount of push here that I'm giving, it's not enough. So I'm pushing more, because you can always control it through the skinning, right, or the weighting of it. So as I said, using N here to just control the intensity. We don't need to adjust it, we shouldn't. Dude, that's way too far. This side doesn't seem to be much of a problem. But it seems to me that still needs a little bit of love. So feels like it still needs a little more. Okay, now it starts to feel more like it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it would actually like this maybe. And then we soften out in this part here. Also, I just feel like it should go a little bit lower like this. Okay, so now we go back. So any area that is apparent here, I'm just trying to like not touch it, not touch the teeth there, because when they start to combine with each other, that's where we might have issues like of crashing. This one might not be that apparent, but then when it combines, then it starts to show. Okay, so this side here, I don't think it has much of an issue. So you see, that's the advantage of using deformers here, because we are on a non-destructive process. That's the greatest advantage. If I was sculpting here, I would probably be going nuts already, and that wouldn't be nice. Because you deform the mesh and then like it's not coming back. Yeah, so just trying to solve what needs to be solved, not. This is like a. I'm going a lot, way overboard on the details now. But it's also the point to do this, because right now we're really getting into the nuts and bolts of the thing. I think that's it. This is as much as it needs to be fixed at the moment. And we also are recording this, by the way, so I hope that soon enough we're gonna get like a second time lapse here of what was done, also including the work that I was doing on my own here without being live. That's it. It's not crashing anymore. So we can, and we should, sort of key this guy here. And let's go back and zero it out just to see. If there was any improvement here. So this is what it looks like now. And then we can also do the thing of like just also key the blend shape. And our song just died now, so. So we also have an issue here that I haven't seen before. It's kind of a denting there that could be fixed with the sculpt tool. Let me see if I can put on some more musics here. Is the music audible? I mean, how are you feeling, Bob? Can you hear? Can you hear the music? Are you feeling like it's too loud? Is it like bothering you? I know you're always happy and spinning, so it's fine for you, right? And by the way, thank you so much, man. You're always such a great company. And yeah, but that's it. All right. So I think that let's try it again then now with the other shapes. Let's see if it works. Yeah, so the crash, as you can see, it's a lot softer, right? It's not perfect yet, but it is a lot softer. It's not bothering me. It's like, it's definitely there, but I don't know if it's even worth to... maybe that one then needs to be corrected on the smile shape. And also we can see that that dent that I was talking about here on the actual shape is actually here. So we can do also just go ahead and now bang our heads and remove this with the sculpting tool. By the way, let me save it because I'm tired of losing work. Every time, man. Every time. Let's see how long it's gonna take. Probably a little bit. So yeah. I mean, where's Bob? Bob, should we invest in more computer, man? What do we need to invest on? I feel like it's never enough, man. I feel like we are on we have a bucket with a hole at the end and it never fills. So yeah, it's still saving, guys. Some braces, right? Ian is saying here. Let's get him some braces. Yeah, he needs it. Or no, he actually has a good smile, but it would be interesting. I would like to customize this guy at some point. Let's see what we're gonna do. And it's still saving, guys. Let's keep going here. So as I said, for some reason YouTube is such a poor quality. I wish I could make it better, but I mean, I might have to. Maybe I can do it. I need to stream in a higher latency, but I'm learning with that. Let's see. It's still saving. Let's check it there. You guys can see it here. Bam. Save it. Save it. Save it. And yeah, let's check out some anatomy here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I need to. I cannot show this book actually, but it's not. Nobody's gonna watch this thing anyways, and it's, I mean, it's totally accessible. But the buccinator is the one that we're working on, and you can see the other muscles here, how they react. It's actually a good propaganda to this book because this is an amazing book. If you don't have it, please go ahead and check it out. It's Anatomy Next, Anatomy of Facial Expressions by Oldis Zarin. And it's just one of the best, or if not the best, I would say it's the only resource online. I mean, there's Melinda also, but, and it's not a but, she's amazing work. With muscles though, it's just this guy here. And I feel like at the time that it was released, there was no other book. It was just like a lost art. The muscles of the face were non-existent if you needed to learn them. So it's very interesting to see. We have all the shapes here, and they are described here like by the action unit. So you have like lip furniture, lip part, nose wrinkler, blah blah blah, and you can see it here. So you can see that we are doing a compound of units here to achieve this. And that's how FACS work. And the way we're doing it, we are coming from a scan. So with the scan data that I got, so I paid for a scan data with, I don't know, 50 shapes and something like that, or like I think it was less than that. But point being that the data that came was not perfect, was not didn't have all of the shapes that we needed. As a matter of fact, it had just a bunch of random expressions. It feels like the guy was like telling the actor, do the smile, and then the guy was like, ah. But it doesn't necessarily express the exact fact shape list. So what you gotta do then, and I cannot complain because it's a huge time saver, and I bought this mesh set to get some time, because you can see how long it takes to sculpt all of these things. And the idea was not to focus solely on the blend shape process here. It was actually to create a rebuildable rig, and it was just going to take a lifetime. If I was going to, already it is a lifetime. Look at that, it's 59 streams and we're still going. But we have a system, we have like a tool that rebuilds the entire thing now, and I'm glad that we have something to come from with this FACS shapes, and we're gonna get there. Let's see if it's going to allow me, because it's saving. I think it's because I've left Maya open the entire night and then I just started from there, so now it's taking a long time. I need to go check my comments, and it's here participating. And what else do we have here? Let me see. So I am also thinking of, in the future, we are working on more content, so I have visual. I'm actually testing a bunch of different things, right? I was testing visual effects news. I was testing reactions. Look at that, how far have we gone? I mean, maybe too far. And then there's also like some interviews coming along. But one thing that I was thinking today that might be interesting, and if anyone watching this now or in the future, maybe Bob has a good point here. Bob, what do you think, man? Should we ask some people that are starting in the industry and trying to get into the industry to get together in a live stream on I don't know, a Discord session, or a just like a Zoom call or something like that, and get people that are actually starting, not zero experience, like they don't know how to get started, they don't know like how to get into the industry, and try to figure out a way to, you know, give some clarity, whatever it is. I know I've been there and I had no one to make questions to, and the person that I was actually making questions was interested in selling stuff to me. So I don't know, at the time I was very skeptical, and now maybe what do you think, man? Do you think you should do it? I'll take your smile as a maybe. All right, so still going. Jesus, man, I'm gonna cancel this. Let me see, I'm running out of words. And yeah, that's one of the ideas, getting some people that has no experience to talk live and try to get some, like, it might be good for everyone, because when you, after a while that you're working on the industry, so Hyun is saying here that the indie circus real time is nuts. Yeah, I agree, it's bananas, isn't it? It's made by freaking Digital Domain, isn't it? Let me think. Or is it? I forgot. I don't think so. No, I think that the Indie Circus, I forgot who did it, but the DigiDog was by Digital Domain, which, by the way, is where I'm currently working. And yeah, man, will I have to stop the stream now? Like, I don't know what to do anymore. Maya just went berserker here on the saving times, like 20 minutes to save one file. And you know, the thing is, the file size now is just going out of control. It's like 1.5 gigabytes each file. But even like this, it shouldn't be all this time. Remember to next time restart my Maya before getting into a live streaming where we have people who are waiting. So what else do I have here? Yeah. So there's also some live stuff. One thing that I was thinking as well is to talk about Vancouver. Hyun have lived here. So there's this friend of mine here that is commenting. He and I went to Vancouver Film School about 3 years ago now, 3 or 4 years ago, and that's where all of this madness started. And then it was a very cool ride. Then after that, there was like basically hell to get into this industry, and selling my soul to be able to get in. And after that, I had a daughter, and man, so much happened. But that being said, the thing about Vancouver is how much opportunity is going on here right now, and what happened after the pandemics, right? Because naturally you would think that, I don't know, maybe the market went down, there was no jobs, and for the visual effects industry, it was actually surprisingly very well. Like people that was trying to get into the industry for years couldn't get it. On the pandemics, they got a job, and also the market is like continually trying to hire people, and they cannot find everyone. It's I don't know. And people that came here, for example, on my time at Vancouver Film School, they wouldn't give me a work permit to work after school. By no means. I couldn't apply. I could apply for it. They wouldn't give me. I had to pay another university for my wife so that I could get the work permit through her. And right now, people that did the Vancouver Film School just got out of it and got 3 years of work permit. Come on, what's going on here, people? Good, good for them, but I had to, I had to go through a lot. I mean, it showed here as it finished the save, but what happened? Good Lord. Okay, we got it, guys. We got it. Thankfully, now things are saved. So I know that there's like a dent here that I would like to fix. So that's what we're going to work on. I'm just going to sculpt it like right on the mesh right now. I don't care too much. Let me close my screen here because I'm not being able to see. Yeah, so Hyun actually went back to Mexico at the time, right? Yeah, he's saying, he's saying here that, yeah, that's life. I know it's life. It's terrible, but it's life. So yeah, Hyun had to go back to Mexico, which is fine. I mean, it's a very fine country with great food, amazing people. I have great friends from Mexico. I was fortunate to meet so many great people from all over the world at this time. I'm very happy about it. And Hyun was one of them, always so friendly. Yeah, just getting rid of that bump, being careful not to F up and if anything else. Okay. It's funny that it's just one side, right? The other side is fine. Or no. No, it's not 100% fine. So let's fix that. But man, I can tell you something. Now that I'm in a production right now that it's just going nuts. Like the pressure. I gotta tell you, man, working on this industry is it's not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of pressure. They have strategies to get everybody on their toes, and and take the most out of the, like, you know, it's incredible to watch what they do. But on the other hand, man, it's a lot of pressure. You feel it intensely. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but man. So for the face, like, it's all in the details. So we just gotta keep nudging it around until we see it's like about the silhouette. Round and clean. Seems good. Good. Not too bad. Yeah, so Hyun here is saying that in visual effects, everybody, it's always on fire and everybody is running around in circles pretty much. Yeah, that's true, man. It's crazy. I don't know. It's because it's money. You know, it's money and people, and they gotta take the most out of the money that they put in. So, I mean, as much as you're a person, you're an asset, and they just want you to do the shit that you need to do. Yeah, it's a lot better. I actually like him. This shape is looking actually good. It's great. Yeah, okay, I like the direction that this is going, and yeah, let's start to duplicate the shapes and kill the stuff that we don't need anymore. Actually working. I like the song. Okay, so let's start cleaning it up now. The reason I say clean it up is because we have, so this shape here is being affected by clusters. So now what we need to do is get it in its full version. So basically getting this guy here, so duplicating it. If it doesn't crash on me right now. And saying, let's call it the name that it is. So it's the depressor lobby inf geo and we're going to add it back into this blend shape node and just delete it, and then just actually delete that shape as well. So let's clear this here. So I'm deleting the two things, the cluster and the shape, so that we don't, because on the other blend shape node I was keeping a bunch of trash with like a bunch of blend shapes with clusters activating at the same time. That's just not good. So this is the Levator lobby soup geo. So this camera here, what if it's not black and white? Does it look better? I think it's distracting, right? Let's try that for a second. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is clean. This is the version 1. And now I need to do the same thing for this guy here. Except for this guy, I want to do yet another modification here, because I feel like it's going way too much forward. Let's go again. So also, I don't like I think that the mesh is pretty much not looking good. I don't know why. Not good. Look, what the fuck is this, man? Yeah, so as I said, guys, this is just the process right now. Just keep pushing it, like the details, and making sure that everything is but the funny thing is, why am I not picking up the bottom part here as well? How would I even? You're just trying to avoid it crashing on it on itself, because that might mean that the deformation is not going to look good later on. Let's go for some other type of music now. Do you guys? Let's talk to Bob. Let's see what he feels like. This one sounds like Dead Mouse. Now it looks a lot more like it. Nice. Okay, so that's one cluster. And the other one, I'm just gonna pull everything a little more in that direction. Ah, there's a tongue here. It's like Dead Mouse with a hint of Dr. Disrespect. I also need to bring this cluster closer here. Come on. Cool. I think we got something here. So I'm just trying to watch now. How's it stretching? See, holding a little bit more. I think it's a lot more natural now. Right? If we turn off the skin cluster here, we can check it out. Yeah, see, it's going. This is what's going. Like before, it was just pulling way too far. It was feeling unnatural. See? Now with just a small adjustment there, it's feeling a bit more like an elastic instead of like a natural pull. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm more comfortable with this one. Okay, I'm gonna commit to this. I just don't feel good about this part here. Doesn't always need to be perfect though, because the human face, it's not perfect, right? At least mine. But yeah, it's never perfect. So I mean, but if we can make it as good as possible. Now the thing is, will I have to do the same modification to the other side, or can I get away with mirroring it? The thing is, I think that this shape on the other side has a different set of wrinkles on the corner of the mouth, so I don't know if that's going to be possible. So I didn't want it to have to do this, but might be the case. It has a nice smile. Man, you're talking about Bob here like an object, Johan? I'm kidding. But look at him. He's a person, man. He's a you know, a friend. But I'm joking, man. Thanks for participating. I miss you. Let me add it back here. So add selection as target. Let's delete this guy. Oh no, this time I cannot do this. Let's keep this. It's unfortunate, but I have to keep it just as a reference for now. But there you go, this is the shape finalized. Okay, so the other side now needs the kind of the same revamp. It sucks, but I'm gonna have to do this. Because as you can see, it's different, or is it not different? I felt like it was different. Slightly different. Yeah, but the cheek here, the thing here is also not stretching a bit too much. Let's see what happens when we duplicate this and mirror it. Might as well try it. We actually mirrored pretty well. Just a few things needing to be fixed here, but overall pretty good. Man. It's feeling a bit more natural, but it's not exactly natural, right? Yeah, this one is better, I believe. Yeah, I'll keep this one. I'll have to adjust this guy here, whatever. It's midnight already. Oh man, will I go there? This needs to be fixed as well. Oh, and look at this shapes here. This is a cool one because I haven't showed this today. So we have the platysma and the risorius now. So that's this. Look at that. So we have that guy now. Okay, guys, I think that I'm going to stop for now. It's way too late. Although now, I mean, it's always like that, right? When I think about living, we start to get some people on the live stream. Let me check where people are actually watching from. Hello, YouTube. Hello, world. Twitch is also has some viewers, so thanks for that, guys. Thanks for stopping by, clicking this freaking thumbnail. Come back whenever you want to know more about this facial rigging thing. I am already tired. It's been 1 hour and 44 minutes, and right now, so what we have here is this shapes working now together. As I said 1,000 times already, this part here on top is the cheek razor that's on a corrective shape. It's already fixed, but right now it's not being activated because it's a corrective. So it's going to be added next. I'm mostly fixed now, or focused now, on the smile here. So before it was raising a little bit too much. Now we fixed it and it's raising the amount that we are interested in. And the next step is now starting to work on, let me get here into the screen. I'm going to put my gigantic face on the screen. So what we're going to work on is the depressor anguliaris. Right, sorry about the dumb face, but the depressor anguliaris, which is just like the corner of the lips pulling down, and then we have the lip forward, but this is actually the mentalis, right? So it could be there's a bunch of shapes, but lip compressor, the mentalis, and then we got the cheek blow, and the cheek blow has two sides, so it has the lip blow, which is just the frontal one, and then the cheek blow, which is just the side. And more or less we are kind of getting there. So we also have the pucker, the funneler, and this, I think that kind of encompasses all of the shapes that are still left to do. Let me see if I'm not missing anyone else. But then we also have the jaw open, and then so it's composed of two steps. So jaw drop, and then jaw open, and then we also have to close the lips while the jaw is closing. So something like this. Anyways, that's a poor demonstration of some of the shapes, and that's pretty much it. So I guess I wish I could continue right now, but I am just done. So that's mostly it. We're working. It's kind of a painful tweaking process at this point of getting the shapes together in the last stages of this mouth sculpts. And then once we have them in place, we're gonna mirror them one side to the other, or separate them, right? Because right now some of them are not left and right. Some of what we work is, but there's some of them that needs to be splitted. And then we are going to export this entire blend shape node with into the main. So we already have a blend shape node that has all the eye shapes and everything. So we need to import these shapes into that blend shape. So basically we're gonna have to duplicate the meshes and import them into the other blend shape node. But having all these blend shapes, or all these targets, into a blend shape node, exporting the shapes file using the Maya standard export to the folder of the project, where the action stack, the tool that we have, is picking up this data and building it back up. So once it has all of these blend shapes, all of these targets, it's just going to already build everything, connect to the controllers that we already have in place, and we might have the freaking facial rig based on FACS. Then there's also the stage where we are probably moving next, which is the maps, and making the maps activate with the controllers. That's the next step. Let's see how far we're gonna go with this particular character. But let's try to get him like the best we can, if it is still this year. But that's it for today. I hope you guys have had a good time. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for dropping a like, for participating, saying hi. My friend Hian here that participated with me, and it gives me so much energy. And we're gonna get back next day or something. I don't know. Maybe it's Monday, and continue to work on this fact shapes until we get to the end. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween, and cheers.